Welcome back, everybody. What time is it? It's Beaver time! Yeah! As Beaverworx Diecast Racing and the Igloo Proving Grounds bring you the next action-packed episode of the STONED Road Challenge Fat Tire class. This is the class with wheels over 13 millimeters. Stone Road has been upgraded to support the new class, and we have 3 new vehicles ready for the challenge. Let's go check them out.
Matchbox Jeep CJ7.
This is a rip and roll fresh off the peg from the Big W. Stats bring it in as a lightweight at 32 grams with a mediocre tip point at 46. Old Jeeps are legends for the punishment they can take. We will see.
HotWheels Chevy Blazer.
Hey Wally, look, I found your Blazer. Merry Christmas, eh? From the 2020 Stars and Stripes series, this one's a little heavier, got a little bit of a higher tip point. See how it does.
Hot Wheels Chevy Silverado.
From the Boulevard series, this behemoth features rubber tires and comes in at 85 freaking grams. That's more metal than most Hondas. Best looking casting down the Stone Road so far? See if it performs. The Stone Road, one of the fan favorites we do here at the Igloo Proving Grounds, is 156 centimeters of rocks, curves, and logs, 4 checkpoints, and vehicles will be scored on time and distance. The more we run these, the faster they're getting. Keeps it interesting. So let's get on with it and run number 1. We have Rashadi R taking the Matchbox Jeep CJ7. He's always good for a show on the Stone Road, and here he goes. He's got it all hanging out, flying down there, and oh, yikes, he just about puts it into the crowd. Gets it back onto the track, over the line just in the nick of time. People may think that he's an absolute nut bar, but we can assure you that every inch of that was planned. And that's exactly what Rashadi R will tell you after the race. Checking out the replay, we can see he is out of the gate, all throttle, not caring and just giving it. Rocks are flying, he's flying, gets a little crazy and sideways there, and you can see just as he comes off the logs, just about goes over the barrier into the crowd. Blind luck disguised as skill is what we thrive on in diecast racing, and that run was chock full of that, as Rashadi R pulls off a 7.01 second time, moving on to run number 2. We have D.S.P.N in the Chevy Blazer for his first run, turning them big gold wheels. Let's see how this goes for him. And it's looking good so far. Ooh, gets a little hung up in the deep stuff and flips it in the logs. That's going to be a DNF for D-Man in the first run with the Chevy Blazer. Check out what happened here on the finish cam. Looks like he just opened up a gap and fell into it. Igloo replay. He gets out of the gate, not too bad. Throwing rocks. Gets a little slowed down in the deep stuff, but was still able to power out of that. Just got an unlucky break coming through the logs. We will get the track crews out there and get him all fixed up for round number 2 later on. 3 points and a DNF for D-Man in the Chevy Blazer on the first round. Moving on to run number 3, we have the heavy Hot Wheels Chevy Silverado, and Igor is going to take his first run. See how he does. He's bouncing, gets through the deep stuff. Looks like he shuts her down just a little bit early. Gives a little pump on the gas and makes it over the line at a 9.11. That's an excellent time considering the girth he's carrying along. Right there, looks like he was even trying to take it a little easy at the end to make sure he didn't fly off the track. All right, excellent looking run there. Looking forward to run number 2. Checking out the replay. Bouncing through those rocks. Nice little leap there. See him just cut a groove right through. Just blows the logs apart. That might have slowed him down a little bit, but he still had just enough at the end to make it over the line. Nice job. Run number 3 gives Igor and the 83 Chevy Silverado full go and a 911 second time. Round 1 results sees the Matchbox Jeep leading the way with a 7.01 time, followed up by the heavy Chevy with a 9.11 second time. The Blazer just a bit short on the first run. Help us out and give up some love. If this content is your kind of thing, click the subscribe button, then the like, and follow it up with the bell. You know the drill. Now, back in for run number 4. Matchbox Jeep is back for its second go at the road with Rashadi R. See what he does this time. Full blast out of the gate as usual. Gets a little squirt and takes it backwards over the line and smashes into the camera. Good thing this is a research facility with access to mystery materials that are not affected by high impacts. Taking it from that camera angle, you can see him coming down, doing his auto rade style flip and backing right in there. Checking out the replay. You might actually think he might have planned that 180 after the first run when he did the little barrel roll in front of the crowd. You can see here, boom, goes around, shoves his bumper right into the rocks. Almost on a perfect 180 over top of the logs, nice and straight, and slides over top of the finish line, bumps into the camera, and ends up taking one of them rocks home with him. Look at that. Stuck it right in there. Always good for a show. Rashadi R gets an 8:32 time on a full go. Probably could have shaved a second or two off of that if he could figure out what a straight line is. On to run number 6 and D.S.P.N in the Chevy Blazer. See how he does on this run? Better off the line. Gives a big kick right there. Still plows through the deep stuff. Makes it over logs this time and pulls off a 10.09 out the other side. Finally made it. Fan cam shows a nice clean run over the finish line, and the shot from the finish cam gives a different angle of the punishment these vehicles go through on the stone road. Igloo Replay has the Hot Wheels Chevy Blazer out of the gate good, floating over top of the rocks. Comes into an obstacle right here and is able to navigate it well enough. Slows down a little bit through the deep stuff, but still has enough to power through. Even looks like it considered the line he was going to take through those logs and was able to pull it off right through the end. And even comes up and bumped the camera because that seems to be the thing to do today. D-Man gets a 10.09 and 4 points on run number 5. Not bad. Final run of the day, number 6, and we got Igor and the 87 Chevy Silverado ready to go for his second run. Says he's got it dialed in this time, and it certainly looks like it as he's giving us a full send right through and out the other side of the track right into the service tent. We love a little carnage. Igor is happy to provide as he nails a 6:42 time as well as the barrier. Going back to check out the Igloo Replay, we can see him just getting out of the gate good. Bouncing already, throwing rocks already. He knows he gets on top of those rocks, lets that momentum carry him around with all that weight. He's right over top of those logs like he didn't even feel it. Almost a bit of air. Punched right through the logs, right up to the service tent. We're checking to make sure our Mountain Munchkin crew is okay, and they are all right underneath the front there. 6.42 time for Igor in the Chevy Silverado. Not bad. Final results is going to give it to Igor in the Hot Wheels Chevy Silverado with a 6.42 time. And that's going to wrap it up for this round on the Stone Road Challenge. There's their winner, the Chevy Silverado from the Boulevard series. Igor driving it. And a big old shout out to our buds down at the D.S.P.N network for their weekly report. Kit Caham and his Diecast Racing Report bi-weekly magazine, and Redline Derby Racing for everything else you could possibly need in the diecast racing world. And most of all, thanks for all of you watching our stuff. Have a happy holiday season. And from Beaverworx Diecast Racing, we'll see you next time.